Hey, welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John, and today we're going to weather up this Artsabers Skywalker V3 lightsaber, just to dirty it up a little bit. I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot, just a little bit of weathering, just to kind of knock back this new look. All right, so this is pretty much the setup I use when I'm doing weathering stuff. I've got some black acrylic, some burnt sienna. I love mixing these two together so you get some different tones, but this has a little bit of like a rust feel, but when you kind of make it into a darker version, you get some kind of like mud kind of effect. Then we got my little brush here, some scouring stuff from Scotch, and 400 grit sandpaper. And let's not forget paper towels. All right, so this is pretty much what I use on everything that I weather up. I'm also going to be doing a Batmobile soon, which is all going to be the same exact stuff. The only thing I may add is a little bit of gray or silver acrylic for some scuff marks. But it's all virtually the same exact process over and over. All right, so let's get going on this. So I think what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to knock back some of these corners. Let me see if I can get this buckle thing off here. And we'll put that back on later. Okay, I think also I'm just going to put a little bit of putty in there so I don't get anything in that while I'm going. All right, then how we'll get that out later is basically take a big pack of it and just kind of pull it out. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to sand down some of these edges here on the black. Yeah. I'm not going to do too much at first because I don't know really, because I don't really know what the results are going to be. All right, so you can see what this is doing a little bit here. See some of the silver is starting to kind of shine through. Now remember, you want to do it little by little. You don't want to do too much at first because you can't really put it back unless you repaint the whole thing. So you see the edges there? So the edges are starting to really kind of show through a little bit. And we're just going to keep going. Yeah, see all that coming through? That's really nice already. All right, we're going to keep going a little bit more and try to hit it a little bit more too. Remember, weathering doesn't have to be uniformed. You know, not everything has to match. Things could be a little bit different. You know, because over the years and over time, things get scuffed up differently and in different spots, and some things are more worn out in some places. There's really no way of making any kind of mistake with that kind of thing. All right, I'm liking that a lot. It's not too much. Maybe try a little bit more of this just to see what that does there. Yeah, digging that. Now, let's work a little bit over here. Beautiful. All right, I don't think we're going to do all that much more. Cool, digging that. All right, time for some painting. We can do a little bit of burnt sienna. And then some black. Let's start with the emitter section here. I usually don't like to just use black only, because I like to see some different color tones come through. So I do like to mix some colors in there. Now I'm trying to get everything into the creases here. So that's where most of the gook and grime builds up. Do some wiping. Blotting, wiping, blotting, wiping, just back and forth. Because things that dry in this layer, you'll be able to put layers over it, get some good dimension of grit on there. All right, that is layer one. Pretty good. Let me keep moving down, give that a little chance to dry there. Pretty good. Keep moving. That's pretty nice. Keep blotting going. We try to be careful around the buttons and stuff, just in case. All right, now I'm going to go back in here. Now some of that is dried, and I want to get a little bit more cooking stuff into the corners. All right, all we got to do is just the pommel half here. I need a little bit more color. Now always remember, a little can go a long way, and it's easier to add more than sometimes to take away. So always be a little careful. All right, same thing over here. You can see some of that rust that gets left back from all the padding and the dabbing. I did mix some black in there, some places. You know, just make sure it's not uniform, because that's not how things rust. All right, I'm just kind of cleaning some of this up just to make it look like a lot of the stuff is in the crevices. You know, because holding this thing, your hand would kind of wear everything down a little bit. So I'm just kind of blackening the pommel up a little bit more. So I want to get a little bit more dirt and grime in there. Then we'll scour some back. See, it basically just has a wash of black over it. I was debating whether I wanted to do this with the brush or do this with spray paint. I'll let that dry for a second, and then we'll go over it. A little bit of Scour and maybe some of this. So I do want the silver and stuff to come out, but I wanted a little bit more in the crevices there, those little areas between the tops. All right, that's gotten a little dry. So now what we're going to do is just take the Scotch Scour and just kind of go over it a little bit. One turn at a time, just to see what it does. Yeah, I like this. You get up here on the little bottom end, get some more off of that. Make sure you get them off the corners, basically the high points. I think I like that. I'm going to clean up just the top, just a hair a little bit. Top part of it, I should say. All right, I think that's looking really nice. do you think? All right, we're gonna call this one done. So what we're gonna do is run on out to the garage and give it a coat of matte clear from Rust-Oleum. And that'll kind of set everything in there, and hopefully the paint won't move around. All right, we're out in the garage. We're just gonna give this a couple coats. We're gonna do like a little spray down like that. And this will help also knock down a little bit of extra shine and set the paint in. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. All right, we're gonna let that sit there for a few minutes and just kind of dry that clear coat on. All right, we are all set. We have the clear coat on, paint is all dried in. My hands and everything are all dried with paint. All right, so that's about it for this video. If you want to pick up your own copy of the Skywalker V3 from Artsabers, I will put a link down below so you can grab your own copy. Use this video, weather it up if you want. It comes beautiful, obviously, as is. I just wanted to dirty it up a little bit because that's just kind of how I like some of the lightsabers. Anyway, thank you so much for your support as always. Please drop down below, like, subscribe, hit that bell, and as always, take it easy out there in the world, and I'll see you soon. See ya.